Obviously, summer is right around the corner, so I wanted to do a video talking a little bit about some self-tanning tips as well as the makeup that complements a bronze look and some of my favorite products for the summer. My top tip for self-tanning would be to do it gradually. I use a product that is a gradual self-tanner. I mix it with a little bit of moisturizer at night, and then once it's kind of dried and set, I'll go to bed. The best thing about this self-tanner is that it doesn't transfer onto your sheets at all. So once it's dried, you can even sleep in white sheets and you won't see anything on the bed the next day. So I like that about it. And it's buildable, so if you just use it for a couple of days in a row, you'll get a light tan, sort of a subtle bronze, and if you continue to use it, it'll just gradually build until you get more of a deep bronze. My advice, unless you're really young, is not to try to go too dark. I think sometimes that's more aging than something that looks sort of fresh and youthful. So try to keep it, within maybe a few shades of your natural color. Once you have, the bronze look that you desire, obviously natural makeup that would go with it would be, deep bronzes, browns, golden colors. What I like to do is I'll put often like a brown base as my shadow, because sometimes if I use just a gold shadow, ironically it looks a little sort of flat and washed out. So the brown base adds a little bit more of a dimension and depth to the color, and then I'll also put it into the crease and sort of give more of a definition around the eye. The gold shadow will go on top, and that gives some dimension to the makeup. You can also switch at this point to a brown eyeliner, and a good tip also is once you've applied the brown eyeliner is to put like a golden liner on top of it, just a subtle wash of like a golden liner or a golden shadow on top of it, and that adds to the bronzy effect to your makeup. One of the best tips I've heard is often people will lighten their hair or add highlights in the summer, so go a little bit lighter with your brow color, and then also you can even put a little bit of bronze shadow on top of that, just a subtle amount, and that adds a little bit more visual interest and again plays up a tan. My favorite color for blush in the summer is like a dark peach, and especially for women with darker skin, or especially when you have a tan, it's really flattering. For some reason it looks very natural, glowy and fresh in the summer, and I really love that color. And again, it looks beautiful with a tan, complements all skin tones, and is really wearable for a day. I would also recommend skipping foundation in the summer. I just think it feels too heavy and it doesn't look natural. Especially when you have a tan, you can actually cover a multitude of sins, so you'll find often that you don't need as much coverage in the summer once you have a little bit of a tan. If you still need to cover certain trouble spots, I would say get a little bit of a darker concealer and then just go over those trouble spots, rather than putting on a whole full face of foundation, which sort of defeats the purpose of why you're getting tan. Why would you cover it up with a lot of foundation? I'd also recommend skipping powder, because powder, once you're sweating, if it's humid out especially, it's just going to cake up and look really unnatural. It's going to feel heavy too, so I would skip powder in the summer. A lot of companies, or some companies, are now coming out with mattifiers that actually will kind of help set the makeup. They'll remove any oily shine and they won't mess up the makeup. They won't wipe away makeup. They won't make it look smudgy. And so Laura Mercier is one brand that makes it. I know that Mally Beauty also makes it as well. They really do work, and they're kind of ingenious products because you don't need powder to mattify the skin. So I would definitely recommend, using a lighter hand, playing up, your skin tone, your, sort of a bronzy look with some subtle colors. You really want to look like you just came off the beach or something like that, but with a little bit more definition around your eyes, and just playing up that tan with, blush colors and a little bit of contouring.